Hey guys, how you all doing? So I recently watched a Norwegian film called The Worst Person in the World, and I'll be talking about that today. So I heard about this movie in Insta, YouTube, Twitter. In all of them, they said this has to be the best movie of this year. Usually, when they say that the movie will be so complicated that I don't get anything at all, or it will be very, very slow. So when I was getting into this film, I was thinking this is going to be one of those movies. But I actually had a lot of fun watching this film. Let me tell you why. It's a romance slash drama film. Internet says it has some dark humor in it, but I don't think it does. Okay, wait a minute. I remember there's just one dream sequence where she takes something from her vagina and throws to her father's face. So I guess it has some dark jokes in it, but it's just one scene, so you can't really call it a dark humor movie. For the most part of the film, it's romance and drama. Anyway, the movie starts with a character called Julie and the events that happened in a particular time of her life. 4 years' time, actually. She studies medical because it's hard to get an admission in a med school, and later she realizes photography is what she likes. Everything she chooses later, she ends up regretting it because she's not satisfied with it and she finds herself wanting more and more, not only in her career but her life choices as well. So what happens in this person's life and what did she lose, gain, the good and bad because of the choices she made, and where did all these moments eventually take her? That's the story. In short, what happens in Julie's life, that's basically the story. Although it sounds like a usual movie, the events that happened in this movie created a different impact when watching the movie. It's a beautiful movie that explains the complexity of love, life, death, growth, and heartbreak. The more I watch it, the more I love the characters and the movie. It's a very impactful movie. I mainly enjoyed this movie because of her character. When watching her character, I could relate to her. Like some of the choices she makes somehow ends up being not satisfying and struggling to deal with it. I think most of the people will find it relatable as well. And also, the screenplay of the movie was pretty nice. They explained it in 12 chapters with a prologue and an epilogue. I can surely say this movie is very unpredictable. Like, I had no idea what's going to happen next. Every scene was unique in its way and gave a new experience. And I loved the scene when Julie crashes a party and spends a night with a stranger. The breakup scene and many more scenes were just amazing. Also, the writing of the movie and the characters is just very clear. I really felt for the characters in this movie. Not only Julie, even her ex boyfriend Eskel's character was also good. And the movie is called The Worst Person in the World, but what they are trying to say is in your story, you will always be the worst person in the world. And it's completely normal. Julie makes so many wrong choices in the movie, but still you can easily forgive her because of her other side that will be shown in the movie. And the acting of Julie was so damn good. I I can't say the actress name. I'll just put text on the screen. I mean, her acting was just so expressive. This character goes through all kinds of emotions in this movie, and you will feel all of them because of her charming performance. And Askel also was very good in one scene where he explains about life and how he is scared of death. He just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I really hope he gets nominated for supporting role and Julie for best actress in Oscar, but let's see. I also like the unique approach for the scenes. The breakup scene, it was so intense. Like when watching the scene, you can feel the tension. The actors carried the scene to the next level. It's so realistic, and the dialogues were very good as well. I mean, if it's not realistic, you can't relate to it, yeah. And there's one scene where she goes to ask a guy, and everything just pauses. That scene was the visuals in that scene was just so good. I mean, I was just blown away when I watched this, and the cinematography also was incredible. And the idea to include a scene like that in a very realistic drama is just genius. I mean, it could easily ruin the tone of the movie. I mean, it can easily go out of text, but they did a very good job at making it in a very convincing way. When that scene came, it was so refreshing and it felt good. Then the chemistry between the characters are also good. I mean, Julie dates Herbert and Haskell in the movie, but somehow it manages to convince that both of these relationships were right. I mean, that's some good ass writing, bro. The moments Julie shared with both of them were really romantic. I don't know how did they do that, but still it was very nice to see that. Just things like this makes the movie stand out from other rom-coms and dramas. I like how it managed to have so many heartwarming and funny scenes in a not so happy movie. That's what makes it so unique. The storytelling of the movie sucked me right into the movie and I wanted to see more of it. Like the character will live with you even after the movie ends. Even after so much hype, the movie still lived up to my expectations. Or even better, that most of the movies fails to do. I haven't watched all the films that came out last year, but so far this is the best movie of last year in my opinion. Before this it was The Last Duel and The Harder They Fall, but I wouldn't still give it a 10 out of 10 because at the beginning of the movie I had to push myself to get into the story, although after that it was interesting. Like it requires your focus or else you will easily slip out of the movie. If you have the chance to watch it in theater, please do watch it in theater. And the next is the ending. Everything was explained very properly in this movie except for that ending. Maybe I have to figure it out, like what the ending is, but they finished it too quickly. Maybe I'll get it when I watch it again. So, due to these reasons, I'll just give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think this movie deserves more recognition and people should definitely watch this. This has a good chance of winning the best screenplay in the Oscars, and I hope it does. So that's it, guys. Have a great day. And if you want me to review or talk about any movie, leave it on the comments. And yeah, I'll see you on another video.